Okay, so here I am again, doing another unboxing of a game I've had for a while, and because I'm just bored. So here you go. And plus, a lot of my friends don't know, since I'm making these videos just for my friends, anyways. A lot of them don't know I have this game, and some people are a little bit curious about it. So here it is. It's Scoville. It's the game of growing peppers. It's a worker placement, in the sense you got one farmer walking around a farm planting and picking peppers. So let's just get the unboxing out of the way. I'll probably do a brief gameplay video. Not sure yet. I look at it and it's just one of those games that I was excited about it when it first came out, believe it or not, because it was just different. Everything was, well, it wasn't that different because Agricola, right? But aside from that, the games that were hot at the time were like zombies were kind of like people were tired of zombies already, but then there were aliens and space, and viticulture was big, so it was growing wine and other things, right? I have Euphoria, that's one of my favorite games. And well, people still get excited about that, but so anyway, Scoville was just a little bit different in theme and a little bit different in play, and it's pretty interesting. The theme is interesting to me. It was, and but when I got it, I mean, it was something that you wanted to play with other people who knew about it and were excited about it. Introducing brand new people to it when there are so many other great games you can just whip out in a few minutes and play. It kind of fell by the wayside. I still think it's a pretty decent game. I would rather have it kind of reminded me of Lords of Waterdeep. I have a friend that refuses to play Lords of Waterdeep simply because Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, is stamped right on it. Doesn't understand that it's just a theme, has really nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. And it's a good game. I do not own it. I have a friend that owns it that I can always borrow from. So I mean, that's kind of how these things work. It's not one of those games that you pull out all the time. And I have other worker placements that are really good too. So, but I am leaning on actually getting myself a copy. I had it on my iPad before I broke it. I played it a lot. So, yeah, that's a really good game. If you've never played it, you're curious about worker placements, that's a really great game. It looks great too. And a lot of people, I kind of gave off the impression that I didn't like it, but the truth is, it's just there were other games I would rather play than Lords of Waterdeep. But it's a really good game, and it's a really great, almost like a gateway worker placement game, because a lot of people are familiar with the theme, and on theme alone, people will be intrigued on it, with the exception of my one friend. But most people will be intrigued by the theme alone, and it's a really good medium weight worker placement. I like stuff that's a little bit more stick it to your neighbor type thing. So back to Scoville, and Scoville is a kind of stick it to your neighbor type. There's a lot of blocking on the game itself. So we have the instruction book. It's in the same. If you recognize the artwork, it's a lot like what's on Harbor. It's the same universe, you could say, as like Belfort and all those other great tasty minstrel games. I found that a lot of tasty minstrel games are, like, especially lately, the smaller ones, kind of mediocre. And I'm gonna say that Scoville is kind of leaning on the mediocre game. I think it's a good game. I think it could be better. It was so good that they made an expansion for it. I didn't see any point in getting it because Scoville wasn't making it to the table as often as I would have liked, and over time it's just kind of like, it's not really a game that I want to whip out all the time. I don't get as excited to pull it out. But we have player screens, and they're really good quality. They're nice and thick, not like those paperish looking, was it archipelago screens, right? So, and actually, I don't think this one has been folded yet, so I'm the first one to do it. But you have a player screen, and it has, it's really basic too. Look at that. You're supposed to hide what peppers you have in your possession, so people can't tell you your strategy. That's based on which chili recipes are available to you. You're a farmer, and you're trying to make chili recipes with the peppers that you grow. So, and there's like 3 rounds. So it gives the impression that it's a short game, but it's not. I mean, on the box it says 60 to 90 minutes. So it can run pretty long for chili making, and only, I mean, it's not 2 rounds. It's or 3 rounds. There's 2 phases in the game, so it can take some time. You know, it is what it is. It's not, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just the theme. I was looking for something different. I got something different, but it's just a theme that doesn't really grab you. So you see the starting materials, which, right. I mean, if you've seen the archipelago preview that I created, or introduction or whatever, you can see that has tons of stuff on the screen, and this is really like a waste of ink, really. So, but you got your screen that hides your peppers, and tells you the starting materials, and your turn order tracking token. I think they just didn't. They wanted something to be like mysterious with the screen, but really, I mean, what's on there it doesn't need to be on there. You should put some other stuff on there. Like, it might be a little bit hard to see, but you should have like this. Instead of this big card, I mean, maybe it'd be blank. So you'd have this big card for the legend of how you create peppers, the different kinds of colors peppers that you get with the combinations. But on the back here, this stuff could have gone on your player screen easily. So I don't know. It's nice that it's nice and big print. It's not all tiny on here, but that really looks like a waste of space. You could have other stuff on there, like artwork or something. You know, I don't know. And because the starting pieces are not different per player, they're all the same. They're all the same. So except the color of the player track, the turn order track, and the farmer is different. That's it. Everything else is the same. So yeah, waste, big waste. Player guide, of course. We have the player board, 2 pieces, or actually 4 pieces. Let's see if we'll connect them all together. So, harvesting element, planting. Oh, sorry. Planting, these are the phases: planting, harvesting, fulfillment. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the turn order track. And then from left to right, you'll do the planting. So people will take turns, depending on where their player piece is, will determine which order people will get to plant their peppers. And then when you harvest, you get the different combinations. Then you'll go from right to left. And then when you fulfill, when you're able to make the chili recipes and things, and you spend your peppers, you use them up, and you go from left to right again. That's what that's signifying. We have here some cards will go up here. I didn't remember what the cards are. I guess I'll see them when they come up. But the 2 stacks of chili recipes will go on these tables, I think. And this has something to do with turn order. That has something to do with how many people are playing. 5 more. Oh yeah, because this supports 6 players. I don't know 6 people or 5 other people who would want to play a game about peppers. The biggest game I played was a 4-player game, or no, a 3-player game, and it was a learning game, so it kind of sucked. So it goes there. It's a big square board, and you can see where everyone's planting their peppers in the same board, trying to get different combinations. I mean, I don't want to give the impression that it's a really dumb game or lame or anything. It actually has a lot of great gameplay mechanics in it, but it fits a particular type of player, and because it can run so long, you're gonna need those particular types of players to play the whole game through. So we have the bonus shields. They're random, I think. But these tell you what you need. There's a whole rainbow of peppers here. Tells you what you need to get it. And here they are. Or maybe they're not random. Some of them, I mean, it shows. Let's see. Double-sided? Looks like they're double-sided. That's how long it's been since I pulled these things out. I don't know. Pull this one out. I know they're in order. So there's like you'd have some stacked, and they'd be there's 3 of these with brown peppers, and the lowest amount of victory points you get, or Scoville units, will go on top, and then as you go down the stack, they get greater and greater. These they look like they're white, but they're actually transparent. They're the ghost peppers, because ghosts are transparent. So that would go there. Yes, it's double-sided, so it's no mystery. But there's the 8 points. Here they are. See, there's 2 and 3 victory points for the brown peppers. So these would go. Oops, that's a rainbow. But I mean, the 3 and 4 respectively go like that. 3 on top of the 4, and you place it there. And then whoever can pay up the pepper combination, or what type of pepper there is, they would grab one of those victory points. And then you got the chili recipes, and you have let's see. Oh, the inventory. So this is the kind of stuff that you would get, or what is it? Farmer's market. So you could sell peppers here, and you flip them up, and that's what you get. You would get it says they want 3 red peppers, and in exchange they'll give you 2 orange peppers, $2, and you get a victory point, or a Scoville unit. So there's that, and then they have this one. Oh, that's a morning inventory. Sorry. Morning inventory, that comes out first phase of the game. Then the afternoon inventory. There's special conditions that cause the exchanging from morning to afternoon. But these are a little bit, they want, because assuming you'll have more mature, higher valued combinations of peppers, these people want the higher up, harder to find peppers, and then they'll give you ghost peppers or more money, more points, things like that. So, and these will go here, and then when morning is done, then you just move the stack up, so you'll have afternoon stuff. And then okay, so the chili recipes are actually long cards, and they go up at the top, the ones that are available. So it's a chili auction. So it says on over here, it tells you how, depending on how many players, will tell you how many chili recipes to put out. Right? Oh, it tells you how many points you need, or shoot, I don't know. There's a point value next to each one, I think. So, there's 24 for 6 players. I'm not sure, or maybe that's telling you how many cards of chili recipes are available. But these are what remind me of the Lords of Waterdeep, because it's very simplistic. So you have these chili recipes, and these are almost like the adventure cards you get from in Lords of Waterdeep. But in Lords of Waterdeep, you get those in secret, and then you flip them up when you complete them. But in this game, they are set up on top of the board, and I don't know if you can see it up there. It's a shaded area, and you place them up on the board, and everyone can see all the available chili recipes that are to make for the different points. And actually, these are supposed to be in numerical order, which I don't understand. Recipes. Yeah. So, they're supposed to be numerical order of the Scoville units. And I forget why, but they are. So, there's that. We'll just set this over here. And then we have bonus tiles that let us do extra things. Or these are part of the startup. These things. So they're worth points if you don't use them. You flip them over at the end of the game, they're worth a certain amount of points. Or maybe they start face down. Right? Or face up. They start up face up. And so you know you've used them when you, because yeah, because they're just points. So they're special abilities, and if you don't use them, you'll get that many points. I think that's how it works. Then if you do use them, they leave the game. So that's how you can keep track of those. Here are so when you, this is the auction, the pepper auction. So I wonder, I think these go up here. It's the auction. The people want to get peppers, so they'll have an auction, and people will bid for the different cards, I think, to get these. If you want one green and one orange pepper at the auction, then you will bid for it, and the highest bidder will get it. So this is afternoon batch. Oh yeah, so they have an auction for the morning batches and the afternoon batches. Here's the money tokens, chits. Here are all the peppers, and they're one of the bonuses, I guess, for they're colorblind friendly, and also people who are like severely colorblind, they'll be able to discern the different types of peppers by the height, right? So we have the brown peppers. They're the most common. They're the tallest, and they would sit in here like this. And then you have the ghost peppers. Actually, I think these are the tallest. Ghost peppers, they're all glittery, but they're transparent. They would sit in like this. Yeah, these are taller. I don't know if you can tell. Here. There. Height difference. And you have the different kinds of peppers. Yellow ones apparently are short. They look like bananas, kind of. Surely you can see the height difference here, if I can give a handle of it. See, the yellow ones are the shortest ones, and they sit in here like this. There. That's pretty visible, right? I don't know. Anyways, there's that, and then you have your custom cut farmer meeples. Look like hikers wearing backpacks and things. These should go with my post-human guys. They might. I'll have to look at those again. And then we have the turn trackers. And see, look at that, I got two. Oh no, see, even me, I'm not colorblind, but on the camera, it took my eyes a little bit to adjust when I peeked over the phone. Here's the orange one, here's the red one, and as I'm looking at it through my viewfinder on my phone, they look very similar. I can see that this is the more red one, but they look very similar. See, so I don't know how colorblind friendly that is, but you have the purple and the blue and the green and the yellow. So that is my Scoville unboxing. Kind of sloppy, just the way I like it, nice and sloppy. And brief explanation of the parts, the components. That, I mean, you can completely throw that out the window, because the only thing I got right, I think, were these bonus shields here. Yeah, and then these are the morning and afternoon farmers market things, but they actually say morning inventory and afternoon inventory on the cards. The recipes say recipes on the back and on the front. Recipes. See, so they say it on the front and the back, and then yeah, and these are pretty easy. These auction items also say it says Scoville High fundraising auction afternoon batch, and then the other ones are blue, just like those things, and they say morning batch on them. So there's that. And I guess that's all I have to say. I want to say more, but it'll be completely unnecessary. So, all you guys who are curious, there's your Scoville unboxing. You can see what's in it. Was watching the Nick Minahan talk about. He mentioned about board game collectors or board game players, gamers. They're we're seeing a pattern of hoarding. You know, people who hoard other things like newspapers or cups or knickknacks, cat knickknacks or whatever, old clothes. What do people hoard? I don't know if you ever watched that Hoarders show on MTV. I mean, people can like really get caught up in buying things, and he's saying that there are a lot of gamers who are buying games just to buy games. You can see my shelf. I play most of them. Most of these games I have in recent times. Anomia, Tantakori does not make it to the table as frequently. I know a lot of people who say they would play it, but the thing is because of its reputation with the anime stuff, with the manga artwork, it's not something I whip out, just so readily, because I don't know. People can stare if they want to, or they can just ignore it if they want to, I guess. The game is the game, and I still think it's a really good game. Burgle Brothers over here, I played quite a bit. Someone left their copy of Dragonwood with me, and I don't see that person anymore. I was supposed to bring it back. I have no idea. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't been to my regular gaming thing in like 3 weeks. And it might be a couple more weeks before I make it back again. And I have no idea. I don't play that game. It's like, if you watch Tom Vassel's review, he says it's a decent family game, gateway game. Compounded, I've played a couple times, but not my copy. And I think it's really good in theme. It's really good for a collector's item. Like, not really to sell because of its value, but it's heavily themed in chemistry, and on theme alone, it's really good. Gameplay, it's a little bit in the middle, I guess. So, I mean, so anyway, so Nick was saying how that there's this culture of hoarding that's coming out with these players, and I think I'm going to be thinning out my game collection. I bought some stuff out of curiosity and played them, and they weren't that great. And because when I bought most of these games, didn't have a whole lot of money, so it's hard to part with some of them. But some of them are not even like I don't even feel like playing at all. So, and I don't want to have to worry about selling them. And usually, I just if I have friends, they're like, "Hey, can I have that?" I'm like, "Yeah," I just give them away. So, as long as it gets played, or as long as it's not taking up space on my shelf. So, if you're one of those people who are like buying for the sake of buying games, there's other things you can buy just for the sake of buying. Buy experiences, like I'm slowly coming out of my shell, spending my money on other things. I want to travel. I mean, I've really become obsessed with like the food bloggers. I don't see myself as doing that professionally, but I like going around talking about the food at some places. Still obsessing over Korea and Asia, and I want to go visit. But first, I gotta get my passport. I have a lot of things I gotta do, but I'm starting to move away from the gaming. I know a lot of people who are still entrenched in the whole gaming culture, and anytime I want to ease my curiosity, I can go to those people because I know they're gonna have like a bunch of the latest stuff. The only problem with that is there are things that I like to play. Certain games I like to play. I have my favorite genres. And those people who are heavily entrenched in stuff, they have their own favorite genres. So they're not necessarily going to get stuff that I want to play. But for the most part, the mainstream things, I'll see them and I'll be able to play them. I know people who have them, and here in Portland, we're kind of, I say here in Portland, I live in Beaverton, which is outside of Portland, but I'm close enough. I'm right next to the freeway. I'm like a 10-minute drive away. But here in the Portland area, in Oregon, we're really spoiled for all sorts of stuff. I listen to some podcasts and watch some videos, and I know that there are a lot of people out, like in Florida or I don't know, in Illinois, in the Midwest, whose closest gaming store or place to game in the community is like a trip to the beach for us. It could be like 1 to 2 hour drive to the beach for me. Likewise, there was one guy I was listening to, Boards and Swords or something, and he said he took his stepdaughter to like a mini gaming convention, or they went to Cool Stuff, right? Cool Stuff Inc. They went to the game store, and they're like 3 hours away or something. That's crazy, And I've got my friends. I have friends who own a small gaming store. 10-minute drive away for me, and then the next one is 12 minutes away. A few more minutes drive, maybe half a mile farther out. And we have many conventions. The PAX Prime is in Seattle. That's a 3-hour drive. That's a huge convention for gaming, for both video games and board games and the like. And then they have all their other offshoots out there too around the same time. So yeah, we're really spoiled out here. I think a lot of my friends, you guys are watching, you don't realize, maybe you just fascinated with like all the board games that are out on Kickstarter and coming out in retail and stuff, and we're following the news. But if you think about it, especially like with meetup groups and things, there are just so many people that are like into everything, especially now the geek culture. Comic books, movies, graphic novels, all sorts of geeky things are really embraced in this town. And there's really sure the scale of things aren't as huge as like in larger cities, but we have a lot of it here in this smaller town, and there really isn't a reason to grab up every little thing, because it's not all good, and we can demo it, we can try them out at different places, So we need to slow down, take a breather, Go back and play our games. They're good. They're good stuff. We didn't buy junk just for the sake of having them. We did the research. We watched and listened to people who like the same kinds of things that we do, and we made our purchases with some amount of research. Maybe not a lot all the time, but there was some level of research done. We need to go back to trying stuff out before we make that final purchase, because even if you have the disposable income, if you're buying junk that nobody wants to play, you're wasting your money. I mean, waste your money on something else, you know. With that, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm running out of time here. I hope you liked the Scoville unboxing, as sloppy and messy as it was. I'm gonna pack it up, and then I'm probably gonna forget about it for a bit. But I'll have a gameplay video out sometime. I'm not in no rush. If any of my friends want to try it out, take it off my hands for a little bit. I don't know if I want you to take it off my hands for a little bit, but we can play it, you know. Because, I mean, what's the point? I bought it, and then I'm just going to hand it to you, and it's going to sit on your shelf and take up room. And then you'll probably give it back to me in 6 months. Let's sit down, let's play it. And if it doesn't hold up, then I'll just probably ask you if you want to take it away from me, you know. But yeah, let's hold back on the hoarding mentality on everything: video games, board games, everything. Let's I mean, you spend your money on what you want to spend, but I think experiences right now, especially I'm middle aged, right? I'm in my 40s, no kids, single guy. I should be out enjoying myself. I do enjoy the board games, but there's some things other things I do enjoy that I haven't been doing a whole lot, like going out and exploring the town for cool eateries, and I really like coffee, so I'll do coffee places. Yeah, just living a little bit with more variety. And on the same note, you know, I have friends that travel all the time and don't do board gaming. I wish they'd sort of stick around town a little bit longer so we could play a couple of rounds. But yeah, you spend your money on what you like, but this hoarding mentality needs to go away. It's unnecessary. So yeah. So I will be doing letters from Whitechapel real soon, and we'll see about getting it posted up too. See you guys later.